So who's your dream signing? You've obviously got a great team here, but if you could get one more, squeeze one more better, who would you pick?
Oh, jeez. Bowden Barrett would be right. So who's not already in the Premiership? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they're probably the first one that comes to my mind. Bowden Barrett, maybe because I was watching. He's gone to my old team, the Blues. And I was watching him recently, and he can do some things. But hey, that's not a rumour. That's not a rumour.
This is how they start.
We're not going after Bowden Barrett. That was, if you gave me a choice or someone.
You heard it here first, exclusive. What will Semi bring to the team's attack?
I think obviously there's power, there's pace, there's Fijian flair, but also I think defensively. We're talking about attack, sorry. He'll supply a lot of guys with tries, I'd say.
So who's the most exciting young player for Bristol? Who's the one that you kind of think fans should keep an eye on?
Well, there's a few there. Obviously, we brought Johan Lloyd come on the scene there as well. Don't want to put too much pressure on some of these guys, but no, there's all I can say. There's some really good homegrown players that are coming through nicely, and they'll make their mark at some stage during the season. What's
the defining change that you've made at the Bears? Attitude, culture, or training and players? What would you say is your biggest change you've made to the Bears? Well,
I think for me, game culture and leadership all go together. They all go hand in hand, but certainly the number one thing, if you want to be a champion, you've got to start thinking like a champion, start talking like a champion, start behaving like a champion. There's no guarantee you're going to be a champion, but you improve the chances. There's a lot of hard work to be done, but it all starts with that mindset and mindset to life. You can look at COVID and say, oh no, we can say, well, how do we face it?
So what's been your biggest challenge so far as a coach?
Biggest challenge? What would be my biggest challenge? Probably the biggest challenge is you're trying to, at the start of a season, you're trying to put everybody going down the same way. That's why vision's important. Trying to make sure that everyone understands, has clarity on our big picture, has clarity on what we're trying to achieve, has clarity on what their role is, and then they do it to the best of their ability, and that's through hopefully inspiration, that's through motivation as well.
What is your favourite playing memory?
Oh, without a doubt, 91 World Cup when we beat Wales. People had no idea where Samoa was, and what it did. Not only when we did well and got to the quarter-final for the first time, it inspired Samoan people, it inspired Pacific Islanders, it made them feel proud, because in the 90s, early 80s, there was all sorts of negative talk about Pacific Islanders, and that made people feel extremely proud, so it's great to be part of that.
What's your vision with where your career is going, and do you see yourself stepping up to the international?
Well, I have done international rugby. I think the big thing for me, what I learned is that I'll never take a job unless I have complete belief and clarity on what the vision is, what are they trying to do. So when I got sacked from the Blues, and there's a lot of reasons that, a lot of learnings that I took from that, and one of them was that I'm not going to go to a place until there's clarity on what they want to achieve. And so I got that at Connacht, and then I got that here at Bristol. And once you get that, and they understand what you do as well, then and everyone's on the same page, then you enjoy it. So I'm in a job I absolutely love, really do. The people here, the backing that I have from Steve Lansdowne and Chris Boy, it's superb. So.
Final question then is just, what is your target for this season then?
Hasn't changed. We said that right at the very beginning. We want to be top 6. We want to be in the Champions Cup. So at the moment we're top 3, and that's the work that's done. But that can change real fast. So nothing's changed from our minimum goal of top 6. If we end up 7th, they'll be disappointed. So anything in the top 6 is our goal.
Brilliant. Thank you, Pat. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.